Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? This is Chuck here again. Hey, I'm sorry again for the rather informal video back in Chuck's kitchen. But I just wanted to do a quick video just to kind of just address. Received a lot of different comments about my latest kitchen video. So I figured I would do another one here real quick instead of waiting till I got to work. And I don't have my tripod with me. It's at work as well, so I've got my camera basically balanced on a box of raisins. But I just wanted to do another quick video just to address all the comments. And first and foremost, I really appreciate the feedback and comments and interaction, and that's really what I want. I never really intended my channel to be just just completely me trying to put up instructional videos. I mean, I wanted it to be just really just an opportunity to trade ideas and talk with other drummers out there. And through that, hopefully we all can learn something. Believe me, there's a lot of things that I'm still trying to practice and master. So I appreciate any feedback you guys have, even if it's negative. I mean, even if it's just bad, I'm okay with that. All right, I'm okay with that. I just enjoy talking with you guys, and trying to get all of us to help each other out. So that we can all grow and whatever ways that we can on the instrument. That being said, I guess some of the questions or comments that have come up is just again how to learn these different techniques and which techniques are even worth learning. So I kind of want to talk about that because and I said this in a comment to Rob. Rob, what's happening, brother? That the beauty of traditional grip is that there are a lot of options that you can use. But that's also but all those options can also scare a lot of people because they don't necessarily know where to start or what to do with it. So, really, I know that's my son in the background, so sorry about that. So I know I've done quite a few videos on traditional grip. The thing is, as far as the techniques that are worth learning, learn and master the techniques that support and enhance what you like to play. I mean, because honestly, let's be honest here, all right? Unless you're doing a lot of drum soloing and a lot of jazz drum soloing, I would say, the likelihood that you're going to be doing a lot of fast, extended notes on your left hand is not likely. Okay, and also depending on what styles of music you're playing. I mean, you're typically going to be using a combination of your arms, your wrists, and your fingers all at the same time. So unless you're sitting there on the snare drum doing a single stroke roll where you're only using your fingers, and really, how often is that going to happen? You know what I'm saying? I mean, especially with the drum set and you're moving around, your arms and your wrists are almost constantly engaged. So, I mean, with that being said, how much finger control and what finger control techniques you should learn, you may not need that many. You know what I'm saying? And you might just be fine just going with the basic, thumb. Okay, which I consider to be the default way of using your fingers to begin with. Okay, honestly, if that's the case for you, I think I would spend more time on just mastering the finger stroke that you use when you play doubles. Which is where you drop the stick and then you pull your index finger in on that second note, so that the double's nice and even. I mean, you're going to get more mileage out of that, I think, than just sitting there working on, trying to play really fast 16ths on one hand. Now, I'm not saying that's useless. What I'm trying to do is give you a focus point, especially if you're overwhelmed by all the options, or if you just don't necessarily have all the time in the world to devote to all these various things. Okay, so I would sit there and decide, okay, what kind of things am I playing on the drum set? And what kind of techniques do I need to be able to use so I can play those ideas in a more efficient, cleaner, more precise manner? And then let that guide you on what you should learn. Okay. Now I also mentioned if you're doing a lot of rudimental style drumming, which is what my background is in, well then having a lot of finger control is probably maybe more important because your hands are on one surface and you're playing a lot of rudimental passages and of course a lot of rudiments where you have to use a lot of various forms of finger control. So again, I think it's important to just see what methods are going to be helpful for you. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Because of course, again, you have the thumb, index, and what I personally use the most. Okay, and when I say this, I'm not saying this is what you guys should do. Okay, I personally primarily use the thumb. I use some index finger, and then usually a combination. Just like the Bridgman technique. So that's what I primarily use. Now, as far as which of those I use, it really depends. I mean, if I have to do a bunch of extended notes, and when I say extended notes, I mean at least 2 beats long, then I'll usually use a Bridgman style technique for that. If I only got to do threes, twos or threes or fours, I probably use mainly my index finger. If I do have to do like a quick single stroke roll just on the snare drum, because remember when you go to the toms don't bounce as much unless they're tuned really high, so you're probably going to have to use some wrist. But if I'm doing in the rare occasions where I'm doing a lot of 16th notes on one hand, like if I'm doing a samba with the right hand, I'm going da 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 on the left. Then I might use, I don't know, I might use like again more the Bridgman technique, or it might be more thumb if I'm doing a single stroke roll. Again, it's not something that I consciously think about, but I do know that I basically use those techniques primarily. I don't do this as much. Okay, and one person that commented, and forgive me, I forgot your YouTube name. Mentioned that it seems like a lot of wasted energy and time to sit here and be in this position to then throw your hand over to use your fingers and back again. And yeah, there's definitely some truth to that. I mean, there's no doubt if you're playing here and then switching over, that takes time. Okay, there are guys that do that. Steve Smith is somebody that throws the hand over a lot. Now, granted, he uses a lot of Moeller technique in his playing as well, but he definitely uses it, to great effect. So, again, what I would say, whatever technique you're trying to master, you just have to work at you just have to work at it until you can incorporate it in a way that helps you. Okay. Now, honestly, if I need to literally go as fast as I can on my left hand, in a short burst, I might do it with the hand turned over because I can get a pretty good burst of speed this way. Joe Morello would kind of go like this. Now, like he wouldn't turn the hand completely over. He would just kind of go like this, kind of like. So it wasn't like this. It was kind of like this. Okay? I don't know if you've seen any videos of Joe Morello solos. If you get a chance on YouTube, look him up. But he does something like that, or even maybe more like this. So again, I would just experiment. I mean, figure out what fingers seem to naturally move the best and be the strongest, and work at it from there. Okay, again, but those videos where I saw Joe Morello doing that stuff, he's doing a drum solo. You know what I'm saying? Where he's doing all these fast notes. So again, if you're not really doing a lot of that stuff, then some of this, some of these techniques really might be a waste of time. Okay? So again, determine, okay, what kind of music are you playing? What kind of ideas are you playing in general on an everyday basis, and let that determine what you should practice. Okay? Now, you should learn at least some finger control regardless, just as a foundation. But as far as how far you go off in the deep end in these other options and techniques and how far you take them, I think really just kind of depends on, again, what you're trying to do. At the end of the day, I think the benchmark that we should all strive for is to be able to play all 40 rudiments, open, closed, open, and be able to play them at a relatively fast and clean speed and be able to seamlessly open and close that rudiment. If you can do that, okay, then the likelihood is you've got plenty of chops to play whatever it is you're going to need to play. Okay, so that would be the benchmark as far as I'm concerned. Okay, and again, I mean, that's my opinion. I'm not saying, that what I'm saying is the law of the land or anything like that. But that's just from my background, and I play all styles of music. And my hands were better in high school when I was doing a lot of marching band, drum corps. My hands were definitely better then. But I still have plenty of chops. They could be better, of course, but I still have plenty to do whatever it is I need to play. Especially since I'm primarily a drum set player now, I don't need as much of that kind of rudimental drum corps style chops that not that would hurt you, but I just don't need as much for what I currently am doing. Now, if I ever got some gig to march again, I of course I don't see it happening. Well, then I probably would develop some of these things and develop my hands further. But anyway, so I hope this video helps to at least kind of give you a focus point. And I appreciate the comments again. I really do. And and I just want to exchange ideas with everybody. So if you have something to say, definitely say it. All right. So I hope you guys have, and I mean it. I hope you guys have a great week. All right. God bless you all, and stay safe out there. Be positive. Something that I try to do every day. I don't mean for this to sound preachy. But every day we have an opportunity to speak life or death to ourselves and to the people around us. So in this day and age, I encourage all of us, to speak life. Speak life, lift each other up. Okay? So you guys have a great week, and we'll see you soon. All right, take care.